Welcome back to GBGuns, long overdue, taking the C39 V2 out to the range. So it's been a while since I did the tabletop on this. This one kind of fell behind schedule on me. C39 V2 is the all-American AK built by Century Arms with a billet receiver, all-American parts. This one has the Magpul furniture set up on it, with a long handguard up front. It does have a scope rail, and we've got this rail mount from Century by Red Armory Standard that is set up to take the micro dot type setups. I'm running a primary arms because really I can't afford the aim points. I was curious in taking this out to the range with the billet receiver and all American parts, is it going to be a more accurate gun? I was also curious with such stiffer and stronger receiver, is it going to accept all the random magazines that your regular stamped AKs would? I also noticed some things taking it out, but I'll point that out after the video. Let's get out to the range and I'll show you the shooting. Of course, one of the big things about AKs is the plentiful ammunition and magazine choices. So to see how this thing runs, we've got 4 from the American side and 4 from the European side. On the American, we've got a Tapco, a Master Molder, Magpul, and a Palm. And then from the European side, we've got a Croatian last round bolt hold open, Random Eastern European military surplus, a Bulgarian slick side, and Bulgarian with the bullet markings on there. They're not all great magazines, but I am curious to see what runs and what doesn't. Alright, starting off the multi-mag test, this will be 3 rounds from each magazine, starting with bolt lock to the rear, just looking to see if they'll feed and function. Big variable on this because some of these magazines have really varying quality, but since this is a CNC machined lower, it'll be interesting to see how they fit and function. Start off with Tapco, always a question. Locks in snug. Function fine. Comes out with some effort. Master Molder. Not a good fit. But runs. Comes out easily. Magpul. Locks in good and snug. Runs. Comes out easily. US Palm. We'll miss you. Runs. Drops out. Now the European side. Croatian. Good snug fit. Ran just fine and locked open. And an Eastern European. Runs. Snug to get out. Bulgarian Palm or slab side. Kind of a loose fit. Runs, comes out easily. Bulgarian with the cute bullet print on it. Very snug fit. And runs just fine. Alright, for accuracy, we've got our Caldwell target camera set up out there at 100 yards. And I gotta say, not super confident on my 0. Kind of tough to do with an AK and a red dot at 100 yards. But we're going to try it. We've got 3 targets, 8 inches a pop, and 3 loads. I'm going to try the Red Army Standard from Century, Vimpel's Golden Tiger, which is the best 7.62 ammo that I'm familiar with, and the Winchester PDX-1 Defender. 5 shots each, 100 yards, using the primary arms red dot, shot from a Caldwell Stinger rest. Shots will be taken in real time. We'll start off with the Red Army Standard on the leftmost circle. Let's hope I was able to zero close enough. Looks like hitting mostly low and right. That's about a 4-inch group with the Red Army Standard. Next up we'll try the Golden Tiger. So Golden Tiger 124 grain at the center target. Filmed as I shoot. No time editing. So the Golden Tigers group was better as expected, looking probably about 3 inches wide. Not sure if that bottom one was me or not. Once again, I'm using a red dot at 100 yards, so a lot of room for error. Since we've been trending right and slightly low, and that's the edge of our screen, I'm going to make an adjustment to the optic. Third load is the Winchester PDX-1 Defender. Right target. See how it does. And as we can see, the Winchester was the widest group. We're looking probably 4.5, 5 inches tall, 2 inches wide. So not
terrible for a red dot at 100 yards.
So first and foremost, in handling and running through a bunch of mags and trying to zero this micro dot. By the way, I'd love to hear your thoughts on those groups with at 100 yards with a little micro dot. I'm sure Rob Ski could do better. I'm sure I could do better with a scope, but it was kind of tough with the dot being roughly the same size as the bullseye. Anyways, I wanted to show you something on the receiver, and this is something that people who have done a lot of AK work will appreciate. You see that little notch right there? That lets the safety go all the way up without catching. Gives it a little ramp to come down. I thought that was a nice touch. I was surprised that it didn't get stuck up there, as often happens, and then I took a closer look and saw that little cutout. You can see it there with the light on it. So that was an interesting feature to note. The gun ran flawlessly, as we would expect. My other note from shooting it is this brake slash compensator most certainly is a fire-breathing dragon. It spit out a big old flash every time. Kind of fun. Is it tactical? No. Could it be blinding in the dark or something? Yes, but it was definitely spitting out the fireballs every shot, and in the low light of a sleeting day in Oregon in December, it was readily apparent. I did not put a ton of rounds through here. I don't do torture tests. If you want to see a torture test on this guy, check out the AK Operators Union. I'm more of just an enthusiast and enjoyer of the guns, but overall, very pleased with it. This mount from Red Army Standard set that red dot just right. It was a very comfortable ride height. So it overall made for a great shooting experience. Yes, with the milled receiver, you are getting a slightly heavier gun, but overall, and for the joy of saying 100% American made, I enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.